Everyone on the frontier moon of Halcyon 9 knew one rule. If you hear the howls at night, you lock your door. The creatures that made those sounds were called the Corythi. They were apex predators, pack hunters, intelligent, and at war with humanity. The Corythi had burned colonies. They had torn through outposts. They took no prisoners. At least that was what everyone believed. Mara Ellison lived alone on the edge of the settlement. Her farm was small. Her land was rocky. Her life was quiet. She had lost her husband in the war. She had lost her son to sickness years later. What remained was routine and silence. Then one night the howls came closer than ever before. Mara was inside mending a torn sleeve when she heard it. Not a hunting call, not a battle cry, a whimper. She froze. Her hand tightened around the needle. The fire flickered. The sound came again, weak, broken. Mara grabbed her coat and her rifle. She told herself she was checking on her livestock. She told herself she was not afraid. The snow was deep. The wind was sharp. The moonlight revealed tracks, small tracks, not the size of an adult Corythi, much smaller. She followed them, toward the ravine behind her land. That was where she saw them, 3 Corythi cubs. They were tangled in the wreckage of a downed supply skimmer, metal twisted, fuel frozen solid, blood dark against white snow. One cub was trapped under a panel, another limped in circles. The smallest lay still and cried softly. Mara raised her rifle. Her hands shook. These were the enemy, the creatures that had killed her husband. Then she saw their eyes, wide, frightened, too young to understand war. The smallest cub looked at her. It did not snarl. It reached out with a trembling claw. Mara lowered the rifle. She worked through the night. She cut metal. She wrapped wounds. She carried them back to her barn. Every second she expected death. Every breath felt borrowed. But the cubs did not attack. They watched her. They trusted her. She hid them. For weeks she fed them dried meat. She warmed them by the stove. She cleaned their injuries. She learned their sounds, their body language, their fear. They learned her scent, her voice, her hands. The smallest cub bonded to her first. It followed her everywhere. It slept near her boots. Mara named them Ash Stone. Little one she called Ember. The settlement would have killed them if discovered. The military would have studied them, then destroyed them. So Mara made a choice. She raised them. Months passed. The cubs grew fast, too fast. Their teeth sharpened, their muscles hardened. Their instincts emerged. Mara trained them without knowing it. She taught them patience. She taught them restraint. She taught them care. She corrected them with her voice. She rewarded calm. She never struck them. When they fought each other, she separated them gently. When they hunted animals, she made them share. They learned what no Corythi had before. Mercy. Years passed. The cubs became juveniles, then adolescents. They were too large to hide, too dangerous to keep. Mara knew the time would come. One night the howls returned. Not close, not threatening. Calling. Ash lifted his head. Stone stiffened. Ember pressed against Mara. She understood their pack had come. Mara led them to the ravine. She did not carry a weapon. The moon revealed shapes in the dark, massive, silent. Watching the alphas stepped forward. They were enormous, scarred eyes glowing gold. Mara stood between them and the cubs. Her heart hammered. Her knees trembled. The largest alpha spoke. Its voice was deep, rumbling, ancient. "You stole from us," it said. Mara swallowed. I saved them, she said. They were dying. The Alpha stared. You raised weapons, it said. No, she replied. I raised children, the pack murmured. Low growls rippled through the ravine. Ember stepped forward. He touched Mara with his nose. Then he turned and faced the ALPH. ASTO, he lowered his head. The universal sign of respect. The Alphas froze. Ash and stone followed. They did not bare teeth. They did not challenge. They honored. The smallest Alpha stepped forward. It sniffed Ember, then sniffed Mara. It paused, then it bowed its head. The leader Alpha spoke again. They carry your scent, it said, your lessons, your restraint. Mara felt tears freeze on her cheeks. I never meant to keep them, she said. I only wanted them to live. The Alpha nodded. You gave them more than life, it said. You gave them balance. The pack turned away. Ash hesitated. Stone rumbled softly. Ember stayed. Mara knelt and held him. You must go, she whispered. Ember made a sound, soft, almost a sob. The Alpha waited. Ember stepped back. He joined his brothers. The pack disappeared into the night. The ravine fell silent. Mara returned home alone. Days passed, then weeks, then months. The war intensified Cory. Attacks became precise, controlled, never targeting civilians. Human commanders were confused. Then came the ceasefire. Then the summit. Mara watched the broadcast in disbelief. Cory. Alpha stood beside human leaders. They spoke of a new path, of shared borders, of mutual survival. One Alpha spoke directly to the camera. It spoke of a human female, a caretaker, a mother. It said, she showed us what strength truly is. Not domination, not slaughter, but the courage to protect even your enemy. Mara turned off the screen. That night the howls returned. This time they were joyful. The ground trembled as the pack emerged. Ash and stone stood tall, marked with the symbols of leadership. Ember stepped forward. He placed something at Mara's feet, a Cory crest. Pack bonded, protected. The Alpha bowed. You are kin, it said. No, Cory will ever harm you. Mara reached out. She touched Ember's face. I am proud of you, she said. The Alphas turned and left, but Ember stayed. He curled beside the house, guarding, watching. The frontier learned a new rule. When you hear the howls at night, you sleep peacefully, because humanity was no longer alone. And it all began with one woman who chose mercy over fear. Asterisk.